This message is brought to you by KSS Brand. KSS Brand is a high-quality women's essential line created by CEO Christina Stewart. Christina is a graduate from the illustrious Hampton University, and from there, she has created her own path of being an entrepreneur that focuses on women empowerment and self-care. She aims to contribute to highlight young women to feel confident, self-assured, and to live up to their full potential. Her first set of products from her new brand are high-quality lip glosses. These lip glosses are designed to not only make you look good, but also make you feel good by incorporating properties such as vitamin E oil and coconut oil for skin moisturization, as well as aromatherapy oils such as chamomile oil, which is good for reducing stress and anxiety. Her products now include high-quality lip liner and eyelashes. You can find her brand page on Instagram at KSS Brand, and her website is www.kssbrand.com. Warning: the Chaotic Culture Podcast is a program for mature audiences. The language and content presented in this podcast is of a mature nature that some audiences may not find suitable. Viewer and listener discretion is advised.
Embrace the culture, blaze the doja, grab your loved ones and bring them closer. Extra, extra, read the poster, the KKP is taking over. Sleeping on me, better smell the Folgers. I've been razor sharp since the Motorola. Off for O, like the cover Oprah. Popping bottles, feet all in the sofa. It's a celebration, though the times is hard. It's raining blessings, give it up to God. Chaotic culture, the greatest pod. With Cat the Pro, the one in charge. But it's a celebration, times is hard. It's raining blessings, give it up to God. Chaotic culture, the greatest pod. With Cat the Pro, the one in charge.
We're living in a chaotic culture. 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 Oh, we're living in a chaotic culture. 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 Oh, we're living in a chaotic culture. 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 Oh, we're living in a chaotic culture. We're living in a chaotic culture. We're living in a chaotic culture. We're living in a chaotic culture.
Wow, official voice. Okay, Zoom.
Trying to be like Discord.
I'm serious, man. I'm serious. So, wow. It's been a little minute, guys. Welcome back to the Chaotic Culture Podcast. If you joined us for the birthday episode, I really appreciate it. We was just up in here having fun as usual. Definitely got a little workout in because some of us hadn't been doing those dances in a minute, but and I'm already starting to feel 30 coming on, man. I was like, the knees, bro, the knees.
Boy.
I got to stay in the gym at this point because I know I'm not about to let my knees get to me at 30. But anyway, we took a little break here. Of course, had to recover from birthday activities, but we are back. We are back. Of course, to introduce everybody for this episode today, you already know what it is. It's your host, the boy Ked the Pro, aka the Calculated Millennial, aka the Cutlass Diamond, aka don't be pushing on my buttons in my cutlass unless you're cutting. The 843 is me, but doing it live from the 7-5 once again. It's been really, really, really fun birthday week, really fun event in DC. I had a chance to recover. I had a chance to have fun. I drank alcohol almost every day for those few days I was in DC. It was, yeah, pretty much everything you expect your 30th to be. Mm-hmm. But anyway, back in the building again with my boy Law. Go ahead and introduce yourself as always, sir.
What's going on, family? AKA Law. Well, I said that backwards. Law, AKA Mr. Run It Up.
Yes, sir.
We in here, another episode. We introduce this beautiful young lady on
Of course.
Yeah.
So, Janasa is not with us today. However, we decided that this episode we are going to bring back a very, very fun guest of ours, ladies and gentlemen. I've already introduced her in a previous episode, so I'm gonna let her introduce herself. Um, Panda is back with us, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Panda the Dime, better known as the OG Panda, better known as Pitbull Panda, better known as Panda with the Hammer, better known as the Haiku Ambassador, better known as the Wholesome Angel of Worst Generation podcast.
Oh my God!
What's up, you guys?
Wholesome Angel. Oh my Lord.
I love it.
And I was gonna say AKA Panda with the Yammers as well, because that was her Twitter name for
that was my Twitter name. Y'all can thank Mike from Blaname for that one.
hey, shout out to my boy Mike. Of course, I'm a Patreon of Blaname podcast. Shout out to my boy Mike and Sine. They actually just dropped an episode today, which is weird because they usually drop on Mondays, but I didn't get a chance to fully listen to it, so I'll make sure I have to finish that out before work tomorrow. But yep. So of course, with Panda being back on, ladies and gentlemen, of course, it is going to be another anime episode. We're about to get into some real good shit. First and foremost, now hold on a minute, Panda. You called yourself the Wholesome Angel. I got to backtrack for a minute because everybody's been. I ain't gonna say. I'm gonna say that they've been slandering your name on Twitter and whatnot, saying that you ain't so wholesome. What's going on over there?
Put some respect on.
No, I am a wholesome individual, just a wonderful person, such a sweetheart. I don't know what they're talking about. You know, maybe they're talking about the old me. But I've changed my ways. I've gotten better.
She said
sanctified.
She said that she done turned over a new leaf. Oh, okay, Panda. Okay.
Is that for 2021 or just for Hot Girl Summer?
I'm gonna be working this summer, so I'm not gonna be able to participate in Hot Girl Summer. Well, okay, maybe for like my birthday.
Right, I was about to say I smell some BS in that statement.
Look, I told y'all trying to get my life together.
Hey, you about to graduate in August, ain't it?
Yes, I am. Oh Lord, yes. Thank goodness.
Speaking
ready.
Hey.
Into existence. Yeah.
Right. You about to be up there. You about to be up there. Just keep working through the summer, keep working hard, and being wholesome, as you call it, on the timeline.
As I call. Wow, y'all just gonna stop slandering my name like I'm just a demon.
Hey, nah, I be catching some of the Twitter shenanigans. You know, like, oh.
Nah,
man, look, I don't do those.
Look, Anime After Dark, like when people be dropping like the worst takes ever, like she will go in if it is one of those takes where she's just like, nah, I gotta like say something, like, and it'll be the funniest shit, because some people on that whole Anime After Dark section that we do with Blaname and with Worst Gen, some people, we just be having the craziest takes. Like, I'm sitting here listening to some of the episodes. I'm just like, what? How? What? I ain't even gonna say no names, Merc, but but hey, I got to praise Panda, because again, if you, and for whatever reason she doesn't want to admit this, but she is, that she's very, very, very knowledgeable when it comes to anime. Like, I can think of a few people who might be just as knowledgeable as her, but it ain't too many. Like, they're knowledgeable in like maybe one section of anime. When it comes to the broad spectrum, like, give Panda her props, yo. Like, she be knowing shit. She don't like to admit it, but she covering her face. I know y'all can't see. She covering her face like, no, this ain't me. So, and that goes into the first topic, choosing violence, because look, Pandas will be one of the first people to, like, if you slander her too much, she will block you on Twitter, just off principle.
How long does the block usually last?
Oh, look at her. She giving them. Like, who, me? What you talking about?
I don't block people.
Choosing violence. Let's talk about it.
No, who have I blocked?
Did you not block Mike at one point?
On my phone, not on Twitter, but on my phone.
Okay. Well, I'll give you that much, but dang, why did you block him? I never really heard what happened.
He do. He removed me from the stage, and it got on my nerves, so I blocked him from my phone.
Oh, he took you off Anime After Dark. Damn, I can't even save Mike on that one. I'm just gonna take a drink. Yeah, well, it is what it is at that point. That's my dude. That's my nigga. But I mean, hey, look, sometimes people be asking for it.
Hey, look, that's my nigga too. That's my nigga too. But I be having to get his ass sometimes.
Hey, I feel that.
Get him in check.
I feel that. Just in your words, explain some of the reasons why you have to take the attitude that you do. I ain't gonna say choose violence, but tell me some of the reasons and some of the things that people have been saying to you that just make you be like, wait, time out.
Because people be stupid.
I mean, that's fair.
Like, as simple as that. People be stupid. It just has some trash taste. Like, oh my God. Y'all don't understand. That should be just annoying the fuck out of me. People be saying the dumbest Twitter anime related. I'm just like, I get mad. I'm just like, why the fuck do you exist? Like, why? Why the fuck do you say that bullshit? And then I just get irritated. And then it just comes out and like, it's just a lot. Especially on Anime After Dark.
Oh,
don't get me started on some of the takes I've seen on there.
Hey, look, I just was able to get on there thanks to Android finally picking up Clubhouse. But some of the episodes that I've listened to, like, yeah. Who was the other dude that there's a couple other people who be having trash takes or just crazy ass takes. Grant.
Look, I was telling GB and since that I don't even read or watch Piece because One Piece has not read, but I never got back into reading or watching it. But like, nigga, if you gonna have a take about One Piece, don't say, well, I read up to this point and then I read the last chapter that just got posted and it's trash. Bitch, how does that make any fucking sense? Like, why would you say that shit with your whole chest? Like, that don't make no goddamn. Let me shut up. Because
no. Go ahead, spit your shit, man. Like, people don't need to be skipping around on chapters or whole arcs of a damn anime or manga if you're gonna have a trash take about it, or if you're gonna have a negative take about it. At least read or at least watch the whole thing. That's just my viewpoint. I mean, don't skip around and shit.
You come back lost. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like, that's like me watching the first episode of Black Clover and then reading the last 3 chapters and be like, over his ass. How does that make sense? Like, man, oh my God.
I was gonna say, look, me and Black Clover got I'm gonna say a love-hate relationship. I don't hate Black Clover. It's just certain things about Black Clover irk me. At the same time, there's some things that I like about it. Like, I just read the last chapter of Black Clover, and honestly, the last couple chapters of Black Clover, I did not have a problem with whatsoever. In fact, I liked it. Shout out to my boy Magna. He's doing his shit on there, but
all right, no spoilers.
No. I ain't gonna spoil it for you. I ain't gonna spoil it for you. I'm just saying.
I was about to say where I left off.
You still in the
Wizard King was a child.
Okay. So you just got done with the with that war with the fairies and
Midnight
shit. The Midnight Sun and shit. Okay, so you not even into the next part. I'll let you read up and whatnot.
But give me my due grace.
yeah, I got you, man. But yeah, it's. But as far as bad takes, look, I get it. Who came with the hot take on was that Mari that came with that hot take on JoJo and had me just scratching my head? Was that Mari?
I can't remember for sure.
Okay, because I
feel like there was a lot of takes that night that I did not like or care for, and like a lot of them just got
yeah.
Or I was drunk that night. I don't know.
I feel it. Hey, if y'all watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, stop the slander. JoJo is gas. Look, you can feel how you feel about the first season or even the first 2 seasons, whatever that may be. But for me, I don't have a problem with season 1. I tell people this all the time. Like, I like JoJo. I didn't have a problem with season 1. It has its flaws, but
it's in the name.
Yeah,
JoJo's Bizarre.
Yeah, and they don't expect shit to get bizarre. And I'm like, bro, it's in the name. Like, what did you expect? Some normal shit to happen? Like this
Facts.
whole entire manga and this whole entire anime, like, ain't nothing normal about this shit. But I digress.
Nothing.
Shaking your head, Panda. Just hey, look.
I stopped because I stopped. I had stopped at part 3 of Joe. No, wait, was it part 3? Wherever they introduced Jotaro, and I stopped not because I didn't like it, but because like I was back and forth between like Bama and home a lot, and like I only watched when I was at home, and so I didn't feel like catching up, and so I've just been so lazy and never went back. Which, yeah, but I've been thinking about getting back into it, but I've also been lazy. I'd be lazy a lot, y'all. I'm
Hey,
sorry, I'd be lazy a lot.
ain't nothing wrong with that. Look, half the time I be at work. That's why I'm just now getting to part 4. I'm like, bro, it's taking me a while because I work and whatnot. I'm back and forth to work, and my hours are not the greatest. So it's like I do what I can.
Major key.
You know, just like with this damn the watcher challenge that y'all got right now. That when I say taxing, and I'm just Panda. What are you on right now? Like 69?
Let's see, including the anime that I'm currently watching, and stuff I'm currently reading, I am on 68.
68. Okay, I was
No,
close.
wait, 67. 67.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm close. I'm just now getting to like 31. So it's rough. I'm like, man, look, I know that I'm not, I might not finish it, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try. But yeah, it's a lot. I'm probably going to be like what you suggest, just watch a whole bunch of movies and shit and try to try to get some points
Fill
off
in the
that.
blanks.
Right.
I mean, you could do that. So
And I just got to be sure those movies don't tie into like a series, and when that's got to be like a standalone movie, because I did ask this question about Ghost in the Shell, and I was just like, so does each movie and each OVA and like the standalone complex, does that each count as a separate series? But they were like, no, it only counts for 1 point. So I'm like, ain't even no point in me watching all this. I'm just gonna watch either the movie or just watch SAC, because I haven't seen it since I was a teen, and I really don't remember what happens during that series. So I'm just gonna watch it just in case, and just see if I can refresh my memory. I have to get back on my cyberpunk shit because I actually like cyberpunk anime. But I lost that round because I was just like, dang, I was trying so hard to make my case, but I get it, and I understand why it had to count as 1 point. So it's like, all right, well, I lost that battle. Anyway, what as far as on your anime list, is there anything that has stood out?
let's see. Let me see.
Y'all gonna call me a dweeb, but I'm going back and rewatching Demon Slayer so I can watch the movie.
Nah, man, not at all, bro. Like Demon Slayer, some people will say it's mid, some people say it's great. I like Demon Slayer. I like it. It's nothing. I don't have anything against Demon Slayer, and I love the movie. So yeah, I mean, if it don't matter if you late or whatnot, man. Just do it at your own pace.
That's real.
But yeah, go ahead, Panda.
Let's see. Oh, wait. I would say, I don't know if I don't remember if I like what I mentioned the last time, but I will say Wonder Egg Priority, pretty good.
Okay, that's on my list.
The Word Code Black.
Mm-hmm.
The Word Code Black. Horimiya is like, I'm not like a big shoujo like romantic anime fan, but Horimiya was so cute, so I definitely recommend that.
That's on my list.
Escape the Infinity.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. That was actually
really
the
good.
next one that I was actually gonna pick up on Funimation.
Yeah, it's definitely, I say it's definitely worth it. Hopefully they have a season 2 for it.
Okay.
Recently, I'm currently, as far as my current watches, I am watching Fruits Basket, the final season.
Okay.
To Your Eternity.
I heard that good. Okay.
To Your Eternity is good. It's definitely good. It's getting like really into like more a food, not Fushi story, but like the story that's happening within, like as Fushi continues to exist. That's the best way I could describe it.
Mm-hmm.
Taxi is good, interesting. I was that opening is a banger. Like it's just like it's kind of weird, but it's kind of interesting at the same time. Megalobox Nomad, so season 2 of Megalobox, which is fire. Tokyo Revengers, which y'all know, like
That is some gas.
I read the manga, and so like I started reading it before the anime came out, and I said I was gonna read it. And catching up to the manga, I was just like, oh, this shit heat. And I see it play out in the anime. I'm just like, I said, like I literally said, I think before one of the episodes came out, I said Mikey and Draken's gonna be everybody's favorite. And that was right, because everybody loves Mikey and Draken, including me, my children, my youngins. I was a little bit braver. I got to get Draken's tattoo, but you know, I ain't about that life. So Backflip is a really good one. It's about men's rhythmic gymnastics. Y'all know I'm a sports anime head, so like this is right up my alley. I really enjoy Backflip. Those Snow White Notes is really good. It's a music anime. It's about playing the shamisen. Zombieland Saga Revenge. Actually, I didn't expect to like Zombieland Saga Revenge, well, the Zombieland Saga in general so much, but I ended up like, it was funny. Their manager is hilarious, and what makes it even funnier is their manager, the voice actor for their manager, also voices Dazai from Bungo Stray Dogs, and I'm just like, because when I was watching, I was just like, this sounds like Dazai. Is that the nigga who played Dazai? I looked it up. Yep.
Word.
Yep.
Okay.
You can hear it in his voice.
Write that down.
And finally, Lick Clink, which is a Donghua, which is a Chinese anime, which is on Funimation. It's good. It's really good, I will say.
I'll have to look that one up as well. Yeah, Tokyo Revengers. I actually literally just started watching yesterday. I was like, okay, I'm gonna start because I've been hearing about it and I've been hearing great things about it. And I'm just like, yo, so far this shit is gas. I'm like, yo, I'm only 3 episodes in, and I'm like, yo, okay, yeah, I fuck with this anime heavy. So I will sing the praises of Tokyo Revengers. Also, I am going to be a part of the My Check Waifu bandwagon here, and I will push the VV agenda, excuse me. Yeah. But I will push the VV agenda. VV is some gas as well. It is a great story on top of that. Shit. I was not expecting that anime to turn out the way that it did, because I'm sitting here like, okay, it's a songstress AI. What is about to happen here? Like, are we just about to get a whole bunch of singing? Absolutely not. That shit goes. So yeah, I'm definitely pushing the VV agenda here. Before we move on, because I know you got some stuff that we got to talk about here as far as JJK. I wanted to touch on, were you able to watch or finish Castlevania?
Yeah.
Okay.
I finished it when it came out.
Yeah, cool. I just want to be sure. I'm like, man, I don't want to throw nothing out there, and you'd be like, nah, I didn't watch it. But yeah, I've also finished Castlevania. Law, did you get a chance to watch?
Castlevania gets 6.5 out of 10 from me.
Really?
Not because it's
wow
good, not because it doesn't have a plot line, but I just felt like it had just a tad bit too much going on. Just a smidgen, you know, like some of the characters, you know, and all right, so when it comes to anime, like if it doesn't captivate me and have me like hooked to the screen, it'll just end up like I'll be on my phone and the episodes will play. And then I'll go back and recap what I missed, and I'm just like, oh yeah, I remember that. But Castlevania is solid. It's solid. I'll give it a straight solid.
Well, I mean, hey, to each their own. Panda, what's your opinion?
I think this season closed out a lot of things. I appreciated, I want to say, Isaac's growth and character from how he started to how he ended. Isaac's actually like my favorite character, if not one of them. Um, Hector ain't get played like a bitch again. Thank God.
Mm.
Cause it's like every season, like, what the fuck are you doing? But anyway,
Yeah, Hector is not one of my favorite characters. He actually, I won't say he's my least favorite, but yeah, every time I see Hector on my screen, I'm just like, why? Like, dude, you. I if I had to put it in a word, I would say simp. But
this be my favorite every
I,
time Hector gets played by like a female character. I just be like, nigga, again,
right
okay.
again.
But I think the only part of this season that I really was not a fan of was when they introduced Saint Germain's storyline, which kind of really disjointed the story. It threw the story off to me really, really bad, and I think that kind of turned me off the season a little bit. So I think if they had did that a lot better, it would have been a lot better for me. But it wasn't horrible. It's just that really just threw me the fuck off. Like, where did this shit come from? Why did y'all put it in this? Like, where, like, as far as like how they paced it with his story, I didn't really care for it. Like, it just went. It's just. I don't know. Like I said, it felt disjointed to me. But Carmilla went out like a G. Shout out to her. I think the ending fit. I didn't care for the resurrection of Dracula and his wife, but hey, if they like it, I love it. It's fine. But
yeah, I can honestly say I didn't see that coming, and I was like, wait, so they're back, huh? Okay, I guess.
Right, like I didn't see the point of that, but hey, I still say this is a solid ending to the story. I know Sensei said that they were going to animate Devil May Cry. Yeah, I think it was.
Oh, really?
I think.
I
I
was
think
gonna say,
Devil May
yeah.
Cry.
You know what? I did. Okay, I did hear something about that. They've tried animating Devil May Cry one time before, so this will be interesting to see how this one turns out if it is true.
And you never know with the innovations that this realm is taking, it could be a pop.
Yeah, you will. I guess we'll see. I'm a big Devil May Cry fan as far as the video games. I got Devil May Cry 5 on my PS4, and I've played through it at least twice, and every time I enjoy it. So I'm definitely going to hope that they do this story right and not, fuck around with this shit, because if they do, I'm gonna be pissed. Just like the last Devil May Cry series, I was like, what is this? So we'll see. We'll see, I guess. Anyway, as far as the Castlevania series, I just wanted to point out a few things on my end. I will say the one thing that bothered me about the voice acting itself is that sometimes it feels like it's a bit too low. This is just me personally. That was a very that was something that irked me. It's just like, man, every time I watch this, it just seems like they talk so softly. Like, and I get that's Alucard's character and whatnot, but it just seems like all the voice actors, they just, they don't strain their voice or anything like that. They just speak softly into the mic whenever they're talking. And it's like, there's some.
Because I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Alucard just be talking like this. Like he be talking how Loretta Devine talk. Like he. No, it's Loretta Devine, but she also talks like she out of breath half the time. But I love her.
Yeah, I don't know why that annoyed me so much, but it's just like, y'all, come on, man. Don't make, like, why am I having to force to turn the volume up sometimes? Like, y'all can, or having to rewind it back to be sure I caught what was said. But I'm like you as far as Saint Germain's story. It just they kind of like cut and pasted and threw it into the middle there. I'm like, bro, you could have found a way to ease into that a little better. It just
like they got to the end of a writing session. It was just like, all right, here we go. Slap this in there.
And it's like, bro, because it turns out to be a major plot twist with his story. So they really could have done a lot better with that. As far as the introduction of the Rebus, I was trying to figure out where all those other vampires came from, how his plan with Varney and all of them, how did it come together, and with Hector, I guess, how did that come all together the way that it did? Because it just kind of, I don't know, it just hopped around. I'm like, wait, Hector's part of this plan. Wait, what Varney and Saint Germain, where did this come from? Like, how did they even get in contact with each other? Like, I'm guessing you used the mirror, but how? Why should I care? A lot of questions with that. I do like the twist at the end. I will be frank and say that I did like that Varney revealed himself as Death. Full spoilers for those who have watched, have not watched it, and we are going to put some spoilers here. But yes, I do like the way that Death appeared, because it made sense from how people described Varney, and I'm like, you know what? Now things are coming together, and there was a lot of foreshadowing. You just would have to pay extreme attention to detail, because if you don't, you would miss it. I will give them that much in how it tied in. And of course, the final battle between Trevor Belmont and Death, that shit did feel like a video game. Mm-hmm. So I will give that scene, or that fight scene alone, a 10 out of 10, because I was like, yo, okay, I fuck with this final scene. Like, I really fuck with this battle. Isaac is a G. I don't think there's much more needs to be said about that. Isaac really has.
I was gonna say that I almost did not like that aspect that Death was popped up, but I looked it up and I was like, okay, so Death is an actual character. They didn't just throw that in there. Yeah. And I was like, okay, I'm good on that, because I never played Castlevania. Like, I just know of the series, but I never played it or anything. So I was like, okay, that makes sense. Because I was like, I hope this is like not some OC bullshit that they threw in it. But like, I talked to Sensei after I looked it up, and so he said, no, Death is an actual character in the game. He's like the boss right before you get to Dracula. And I was like, okay, I can respect that. So
Yep. And I haven't played Castlevania myself, but I do know about the video game. So that's why when I saw him, I wasn't surprised at all that he popped up. I was just a little surprised that he ended up being the final boss, because I was like, well, typically Dracula is, but then with Dracula being dead already and them trying to bring him out from hell using the Infinite Corridor, I guess Death being the final boss makes sense in this particular series. So, overall for me, Castlevania, that final season, I will say I wouldn't give it as like a low 6 like Law did. I probably would put it more like in the 7.5, 8 range. More between like, or closer to 7.5 than anything. But that's just me. It was a very, very solid series, and probably Netflix's best quote unquote anime series that they got, because the mother shits. But anyway, any other comments on Castlevania real quick?
I think that was it.
Okay. I think all that needs to be said. I just had to throw that out there because, goodness gracious, I don't know why I did this to myself, but I went back and watched Yasuke just to be absolutely sure of my opinion. Yeah, I think my opinion got lower with me watching it a second time. I don't know why I put myself through that torture. I was like, man, let me give it another chance. Maybe it ain't that bad.
Once was enough.
Once it should have been. Oh, it should have been enough. I don't know why I put myself through that torture.
I was watching Boruto.
Oh my gosh!
No cap. Like, all right, hear me out.
And this is why I read Boruto.
From the aspect of the Black Samurai, thumbs up. But then you start throwing the sorcerers in there. It's so many aspects of it where I'm just like, you didn't need
werebear.
Yes. I wanted to like this series so bad.
Then the hype of it, like, everybody was hyping it up, and I'm just like, yo, I haven't watched it. Like, no spoilers. And then I watched it, and I'm just like, that's it? Your face yes.
Just complete stale face the entire time.
That's it.
I'm drinking to that one again.
Got to. Got to.
Yeah. And any other any comments from you, Panda, about that series?
Again. Set
Okay,
it up.
look.
Uh,
Let me tell y'all something. I was excited for this anime. Look, I was really excited. The idea of a black samurai having been betrayed. Like, we already know Afro samurai is there, but I want learn more about the actual historical figure.
right.
Watch the series. I'm just like, okay, Mick, I can move past it. And then I got to the end. I was just like, okay. I don't know who the fuck put this together, but this was not it. That opening was fire.
Mhm.
Loved it. Fire Lotus and Thundercat needs to be done. I don't know
Yes.
why the fuck they couldn't just stick to a regular historical story. And they could have given it a Samurai Champloo vibe, because it's not like you have to make something magical or anything to make it good. Samurai Champloo is fucking there. And there are so many. I think Vagabond is another example. Even though I never watched or read Vagabond, I
Yes.
know elite enough about it to know it's about, like samurais and shit like that. Well, I think probably Ronin at least. But anyway, whatever the hell. I like it bothered the hell out of me that they needed to add these elements and throw off the story. Yasuke seemed flat to me as a character. People will disagree, but he seemed really kind of flat to me as a character because it didn't really focus on him and his growth. Like, one minute this man about to go the fuck back home after dropping off whole magical avatar bitch, and then all of a sudden he want to fight. Nigga, didn't you just say you wasn't gonna fight? Like, didn't you just say you was good on fighting, but now you want to go to war?
Gentrification.
And then this preacher motherfucker comes out of nowhere. I'm thinking he's the final villain, and he came to represent the church or whatever. And then this nigga dead. And then this what GB called her Kaguya. Kaguya comes out of nowhere like, oh, I'm the final villain. Well, what the fuck was the point of the preacher then?
Come on.
Oh, facts, and all facts. Like, oh my goodness, man. Why did I put myself through that again? But as you said, Flying Lotus and Thundercat came through with the opening. That the whole the whole soundtrack for the series itself was great. I mean, Flying Lotus really did what needed to be done. But then hearing or actually reading that article saying that Flying Lotus is the reason why the 3 M's, which for those who don't know, that's magic, mechs, and monsters, why that was all included in that series. And I just had to go back and be now Flying Lotus, bro, you're doing too much. Why? Just stick with the music. I know that you have some kind of creative control with the series because they asked you to be a part of the soundtrack, but stick with the music, please. Like, why was there any need for any of that? It just really did not make any sense and did not affect the story in any way. I could have been okay if it was just magic, because I get it. Feudal Japan, there's a lot of series out there that have used magic as a plot point for their stories. Some good, some but still, it's, I get the magic part, but the mech and the monsters and you adding that all together, it just makes the story so convoluted. And it's like, pretty much you're the guy who's supposed to be the main character has been regulated to a side character in favor of, as y'all call Saki the Last Airbender, as people have said before. And it's like, bro, come on now. Like, why is she's pretty much the Deus Ex Machina of this whole entire series. It's like Yasuke is in trouble. She comes and bails him out. Why is the story about him or is it about her?
Because I damn sure thought it was going to get to a point where Yasuke was just going like, this is my final level.
Like, do some shit like that. Like,
just fuck everybody up. But it was just like, oh, I need help.
This man was he was the only regular motherfucker in there while everybody else has abilities and shit. And this man just got nothing but his blade and that's it.
His blade and his trauma.
His blade and his trauma. I'm fucking weak. Like, And the thing is here, and I said this, I think either on Clubhouse when we talked about it or wherever. What they really could have done was, and I put it like this, it sounds really like kind of like Roots did, and when I mean that, I'm gonna explain. So you start off with his beginning, where he originated from, him getting captured and like sent to slavery and sent to Japan. Then he meets he with his master, meets Oda Nobunaga, and I'm gonna get to that shit in a minute because that irritated me a little bit. He meets Oda Nobunaga, becomes part of his inner circle, and then Oda Nobunaga falls, and they follow his life after that. They could have did that, and I would have been fine with it. And like for them to reduce Oda Nobunaga to just a background character, a part of Yasuke's trauma, without fleshing out his character a little bit more, bothers me because Oda Nobunaga is such a central figure in Japanese history. This man almost united Japan. Okay, this man was like a really well-known leader in Japanese history. So like for them to just shrink it down to him, oh, I found this black dude. Oh, I made him a samurai. Oh shit, I got betrayed. Yasuke killed me. Boom, that's it. So that also kind of bothered me, but I'm also like kind of interested a little bit in like history to some extent. So yeah, that's just me.
Yeah. Really not a lot of not a lot of good points with this series. That's why I'm not gonna stick too long to talk about it because it just I can't even. It's really just kind of hard to put it in the into words. I think the only thing that I kind of got was maybe the battle with Mitsuhide. It's like, okay, we get how he feels about him, and I understand why he would end up. That's why when he became let me get my words straight. When he revealed himself as the Dark General, I wasn't surprised at all. It's like, okay, I kind of saw that coming because this man did not like Yasuke from jump, and we see how that it turned out, and we even know in history that Mitsuhide was the one who betrayed Obunaga and was the reason why that time in history took place. But just the way that it went about, I respected the battle between those two, but everything else about it was just kind of like, okay. But moving on, let's stop talking about Trash Can and go on to the next. Yeah, that's a lot. Law, have you watched Jujutsu Kaisen or read it? Okay, so for those of you
I know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hey, no, it's all good, bro. It's all good. I highly recommend it. Like, bro, if you don't watch nothing else, watch Jujutsu Kaisen, bro. You are going to it is gas. That's like it is. Yes. Yes, Crunchyroll. It's HBO Max. It's even on Funimation, bro. Like, yes, watch it. Watch HBO
Max. We locked in there.
Yeah. Yeah. When I say it is some gas. And then from the last time that me and Panda talked, I had not read Jujutsu Kaisen, but I said that I was going to pick it up, and I picked it up, and boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Matter of fact, why we going to go ahead and cue that?
Yeah. Please. You know what I'm saying? Panda got this look on his face like, so what are your thoughts? And I do apologize to Polo because I know he got on me for dropping some spoilers on the timeline after I read the latest chapter. But that's what Jujutsu Kaisen does to me. It's like, bro, I gotta live tweet this because this shit is some gas.
Look, this past chapter had me yelling.
Yes.
Oh Lord.
Whew, when I say that,
fucking motherfuckers up.
Yes, bro. I honestly was nervous as fuck when I started reading the chapter. I'm like, bro, if they kill her off, I'm going to be I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, I'm gonna be distraught. Right. That's the only way to explain it.
And I hope y'all don't judge me for it, but from just first glance, this gives me King and Ashura vibes. Low key.
This guy thinks you King and is it because like of the darkness of like how they designed it? Maybe.
Just from so the Black Flash, seeing how the no, not Black Flash, not that episode. Tomorrow, episode 13, with the dude and the tattoos on his face. You remember in King
you
and
talk-
Astra? You had
Oh,
the guy for the other company, and he unlocked his power, and it was almost demonic like, and that's essentially what the main character's power was. And so I don't know. I'm gonna give it a look. And I'm gonna watch it, and I will have.
Oh, you mean my man Sakuna?
Sakuna, yes.
Oh, it took me a minute to realize. Oh, you, my boyfriend. You talking about my husband? Okay, I got you.
Your husband.
That was actually one of my I got some questions later on about that, but we one thing at a time. But look, yeah, bro, when you find out about Sakuna, and when you find out, like, when you watch the series, bro, I promise you, like, you're gonna be hooked. And this shit is yeah, I just gotta say, the last chapter really had me excited at the very end, and the way that plot twist, quote unquote, happened, and Maki came out of there looking like a fucking G. I'm that did my heart some good.
Look. Oh, dude, I'm not gonna spoil who. I'm gonna say Redacted. Redacted was like, I've only felt fear one time, like this one time in my life. Oh, okay then, bitch. That's some shit. That's why you got sliced in your motherfucking head.
Right.
Let us see it.
This shit about to be some fire next week. I am excited now, and yo, I just can't wait for this story to continue, because look, I'm gonna try to not to give too much spoilers on it, but you warned me about that about the Shibuya incident. You full stop warned me, and I went in there, and like, as soon as I caught up to it, like, when I say that I could not pick my jaw up from the ground at all. Each chapter I read, I'm like, is this shit gonna get better? No, it's not. It's getting worse. Come on, it's got to get better. It's got to get. Oh my god, what the hell is happening?
Gigi might be up there with Isayama and just fucking over your face. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. He might be up there.
It was just so. Oh man, I'm sitting there like, bro, what the fuck is going on? Like literally, that was my entire reaction. And when it got to that point where Redacted died, and I wasn't expecting, like, I knew that Redacted was about to get hit.
I'm still not over it. I'm like still not fucking over that shit. So we're just gonna not talk about it. We're gonna act like Redacted is still alive.
Yeah.
And we're not gonna do this today.
Talk about breaking the norms of a typical shonen. Like, everything that I thought was normal about a shonen, he just said, "Nah, fuck that. I'm just gonna do this and see how you feel." Bro, why you gotta do that? Anyway, yeah, JJK, if you have not watched or read the series, please do. I got my friend Amma hooked to it. She's just like, yo, I can't wait to the next season. And I'm like, yeah, neither can I, but for the wrong reasons. But anyway, speaking of the mangaka Gigi Akutami, which is actually a pseudonym because we don't really know what his real name is just really important that we talk about this segment, because within the last couple of days, the news was broken to us that Kentaro Miura, the author of Berserk, had passed away, and he had passed away at the beginning of this month. And it's really just important to talk about the mental health of these mangaka whenever they make or create this series. It's important that they get the rest and the healing that they're seeking and that they're needing, because Miura was sick for a while. Yoshihiro Tagashi, he's been going through some things as well. For those who don't know, that is the creator of Yu Yu Hakusho and the creator of Hunter x Hunter. He's been going through some things. That's why you don't get really a Hunter x Hunter chapter, but I guess at this point it's like maybe every year or every 2 years, or I don't know. It's been a minute since he last dropped. And that's why another artist, Daisuke Ashihira, who is the writer of World Trigger, only drops a chapter once every month or once every 2 months. Even if the chapter isn't that long, I mean, he was having some health issues, and because he was writing it week to week, but then when his health issues started happening, you know, he had to get the healing that he needed, and he started dropping a chapter once every month or once every 2 months. You know, he still tries to be consistent, but it's really just important that your favorite mangaka get that rest that they need, because we are so in love with these series, and we are so, you know, in tune with what they write and what they put out as far as a product, that we forget that they're actual people who put their lives on the line to give us the art that we so love and hold dear. So I definitely wanted to highlight that, because too many times we ourselves, you know, take our own health for granted sometimes when we put our all into something, whether it be work or whether it be our craft or whether it be, you know, whatever our passion is. And we have to just take a look and realize that if it starts affecting our health, we need to step back and recognize that we, you know, don't stress yourself out too much to the point that you start to decline from not only with mental health, but also physical health as well. So I just wanted to throw that in there and make sure that everybody is aware, you know, these people are human. These people are people too. Like, we just can't go around and, you know, expect certain things and want certain things without recognizing that these people want to give us their gem and their gift, but they got to look after themselves first. It's very important that they do that. Otherwise, we end up in situations where, you know, with the passing of Miura, and it's really, really devastating, because Berserk is such a great series and a great manga, and now we don't have them anymore. And I know that there were a lot of people who took that and still do take that for granted. So, any comments?
I do think, especially talking about mental health, um, I think this is my field, so like I have like kind of a connection with this, talking about doing better as far as your mental health. Like, it's important, and I know people like to say, "Oh, I'll sleep when I did," or "I'll take a break," or whatever. I don't think people understand that your body literally needs you to take a break, because if you don't, it really will make you take a break. And yeah, people don't understand how much stress affects them until it comes out in another way. Like for me, my first semester of like my grad program, my first for grad program, like I would wake up in the middle of the night with night terrors because of how stressed I was from grad school. So like more recently, and this happens when I get stressed, like every once in a while. This really started when I was in grad school. So like I've learned to take time for myself, because if I don't, it's gonna affect my sleep and like my mental health, and that's not good for anyone. So I think it's important that people realize, especially being a mangaka is a high stress job. It's
Yes.
very stressful. And so it's just like, you know, I have respect for people who are in that field, you know, whether it's mangaka in Japan or mangaka, here, shout out to Pat from God Punch. You know, it takes a lot of, it can take a toll on you. Like for another example I think about is Tai Kubo. Like he was under a lot of pressure, I think, from Shonen Jump to finish Bleach. And we saw how that impacted Bleach itself. And I'm very sure it impacted him as well. So like I hope all the mangaka, whether you created my favorite series or not, take some time for themselves and takes a break. Look, I love a lot of series. If Gigi decides he needs to take a 2 month, 3 month, 5 month break because it's mental health, take that shit. Cause like,
Please.
how can I, as a mental health professional, get mad at someone for taking a break for their mental health? Like that goes against everything that I've learned as a counselor. So, and this is just not just for like mangaka, but everyone. Like take time for yourself. You can only get one you, and you have to take care of that person, because if nobody else in the world gives a fuck about you, got to give a fuck about you, to be honest.
Right.
So I think it's very important to have this discussion about mental health especially when it's like has been so shamed in some way, where it's like, oh, you don't talk about it. We don't talk about mental health. Oh, my aunt, she's just crazy, without talking about your aunt has like bipolar disorder or borderline personality disorder or has some type of mental health issue that doesn't make her crazy. Because I don't like that word crazy. I really don't. But I think it's important to take a step back from ourselves and take a step back from work and just value our mental health a lot more than we have in the last, like, what, 30, 40 years or so. So, yeah.
But I also feel like a lot of that stems from the fact that we now live in a microwave generation. And by microwave generation, I am basically saying that an episode or a chapter could drop today, and then they expect by next week this time for the next chapter to be there, or for there to be some type of follow-up. Like, we live in a world where things have to be given so fast or done so fast that we don't actually take the time to savor the creativity, savor the artistry, or just even just the plot of these comics, or animes rather. Well, shit, I'm saying all the wrong
I was gonna
words,
say,
but you know
shoot,
what I'm
man.
saying.
Even still, like even with American comics, it's the same thing, man. Yeah. So you keep spitting.
But you get what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
like, if we actually took the time to give these artists their flowers and actually, delve into what it actually means to be a creative, I feel like there would, one, be a better sense of appreciation for it, and two, we would actually have better content. Because a lot of times when you get to a point in a series and you're just like, this is a lot of filler, and then the next 4 or 5 episodes, more filler. All right, so why are we building so much on this filler? Like, is there something that's gonna come outside of it, or like, you know what I'm saying? So like, sitting there watching like 10 episodes of filler, and then you get back to the plot, you're just like, okay, I see what you did there. You almost lost me, but you tied me back in with the plot. I got you.
And I think we have to. Well, nowadays you have a lot of anime series that will, they're seasonal now, so they'll break it up into seasons as opposed to just adding in filler. Especially when a series has caught up to the actual mangaka while he's sitting there trying to draw and try to create the next chapter, and you realize the anime is like doing this and whatnot. Now what these studios are doing is they're breaking them by seasons, so that way it'll give the actual artist some time to go in and create and whatnot, instead of having to try and rush something, and that way putting stress on the animators to come up with unnecessary filler to fill in the gaps. Now they're just gonna, I think, from what I've seen, they're trying to give more people breaks. That being said, I know that there's a certain studio that has caught a lot of scrutiny for running their animators and their content creators into the ground, and as much as I love Mappa has been in the headlines for the wrong reasons. So I'm just hoping that with that particular studio and with anybody who works on anime, or whether it's manga or even American comics or either American cartoons, that they're given the space they need to create, but also just given the time to let their bodies recharge and regenerate, and making sure that they're in their right frame of minds before they continue going on. Because the last thing any of us want to see is someone put their all into their content and then not be able to live to reap the rewards and benefits of said creation.
Right.
So
I got a question for both of you all.
What's up?
And it doesn't really relate to anime, but I don't know if y'all have seen on Hulu, they have dropped MODOK. And
I did see that.
If you have seen or watched any of the episodes, I wanted to get your opinion on said series.
I haven't watched MODOK yet. That is actually on my list because, again, I'm a Marvel head, so I love anything Marvel if done right. So I will go and watch it if it's if it's worth it, and come up with an opinion on it. But I haven't gotten into it yet because I've just been trying to do this anime challenge and doing my best to try and keep up. It hasn't allowed me to watch anything else that I really, really, really wanted to watch. But I still will have that on my queue because there will be probably a time where I take a break from anime a little bit and try to focus on that cartoon. Panda.
I've never been a big Marvel animated series fan. Like I love Marvel, like MCU, but I'm not a series fan. Whereas
Uh-huh.
DC is the opposite. I love DC animated series, animated movies, but I've never been invested in their like actual like universe, like their cinematic universe. So I don't think I'm
And there's
really
not a problem with
interested
that.
in, right. And I never really been interested in like watching Modoc. And like I saw a trailer, like a kind of an ad for it. And I'm just like, I'm not a fan of this animation either. So I don't
That's
think I
what I'm
plan on
saying.
watching it.
It's very spookish. Like I would have much rather them actually attack the character like fighting Iron Man as opposed to them giving a 13, 14 episode series on the I guess latter life of this villain, you know. And if you are going to start, you know, bringing the villains into plot lines and whatnot, don't do an animated kid series because like I'm seeing the trailer for it and I'm just like, so this is a kids movie. Then I watch it and then they dropping all types of F-bombs and like they give you the TVMA before. Like, I'm just like, bro, like I was expecting so much more.
Wow. Okay. Well, thank you for letting us know. I might just have to check it out just to see, pique my curiosity with that one. So I will.
Don't get me wrong, certain portions of it are funny,
Mhm.
but again, I would much rather seen it tackled in the MCU as opposed to the animated series.
That's real. No, that's really real. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So just a recap, of course, for this episode, we talked about at the beginning choosing violence and why certain takes cause us to react the way that we do. Catching up on the anime list, of course, Panda has given us a couple new recommendations here. Some of it has been on our list, but then she gave us some new gems that we definitely need to check out. We definitely did a recap of the Netflix anime, of course, this being Castlevania, and that series with that guy in Japan who is allegedly a black samurai.
Not that guy.
Anyway, we did a Jujutsu Kaisen catch up. The importance of mental health for our mangaka and any of our content creators, and then of course, Law just piped in with Modoc. So, let's get into a couple round of questions here. Are there any series that you are looking forward to within the next couple of months or so, or looking forward to watching if that you haven't watched yet, if their series has already been out?
Let me see. Let's look at this list of mine. I'm looking forward to reading My Hero Academia Vigilantes. I'm looking forward to rewatching Monster because it's been some years since I watched it. So I've really enjoyed that series, and I think Johann Liebert is an amazing villain and one of the best ones in anime. I'm also looking forward to watching Prince of Tennis because, like, now that I'm really a big fan of sports anime, I haven't like gone back to watch. I haven't watched Prince of Tennis since it was on the old Toonami way back when.
Right.
Let's see. What else am I looking forward to? I got a lot of stuff on this list. Jesus, why am I like this?
What was that other series on Toonami other than Prince of Tennis that was like on the website that you could watch?
Is it Mayor
like,
or Hikaru no Go? Hikaru no Go? What was it about?
It might be. I don't want. It wasn't checkers, but I think it was shogi.
Yeah, it was shogi.
I think that's what it was on.
It's Hikaru no Go.
Yeah.
Hikaru no Go.
Okay.
For me, Akudama Drive.
Ooh, I watched that. It's good.
Okay. That.
Like I said, I'm going back and watching Demon Slayer so I can watch the movie. I'm still, happy to see Black Clover pumping out episodes. And then also got to get into some of the reading aspects of it. But Boruto, they've been dropping episodes every now and then. But like I said earlier, like the filler episodes, like you have me locked in, and then you throw 2-3 episodes of filler, and I'm just like, all right, what is this bullshit? And then like they find a way for it to all tie back together, but it's just like.
And this is why I read Boruto, because I was like, man, I'm not about to sit here and watch all this filler at the beginning of this series and waste my time. So this is exactly why I read Boruto. Like, and I think the manga Boruto is actually pretty decent. It's just I just don't have time for filler.
The filler can sometimes be a deal breaker. AOT, I know it's on the final season or
it's gonna be the final half of the final season, bro. You about to be into it. You about to. I mean, it's about to.
I watched everything up until it says I have one new watch. Well, the last episode I watched was Above and Below.
Okay. So I think that was the last episode of this first part of the season?
I believe so.
So
that was the last episode.
Okay. Well, I can easily, look that up. Let me pull up Verve real quick. But yeah, bro, me and Panda have read, and no spoilers, but yeah, you about to get hit with some shit. That's all.
I already know, like the Jaeger shit, like that threw me for.
My bad. I do want to say though, like for people who say the ending was trash, I do want y'all to understand that there was really no other way Isayama could have ended it. I think it ended really well for where it was going. So I don't know what people were looking for that ending of AOC. I didn't hate it. I was just like, this shit fits.
I mean, what more do you expect? Aaron's older brother was the key factor to everything taking place. So if he didn't go with his brother, and I'm just give my conceptualization and see if I'm right, but from what I saw in Above and Below, Aaron, he went with Zeke, or he sided with Zeke, and I foresee Aaron being like the double agent where he teamed up with he teamed up against his brother, and then he teamed up with his brother, but it's also a ploy so that he can somehow use the founding titan to dismantle his brother.
No spoilers. I mean, you're on the right path.
Okay.
Yeah. You're on the right path, but there is going to be some. It's a lot more nuance to that whole plot line, and when you see it, you're gonna be like, whoa, okay. But yeah. To what you were saying, Panda. Yeah, I honestly did not see any other way that he could have ended it, especially when he dropped the extended chapter. It was like, okay, so now he's filling in some of the gaps here, and I don't see why people were upset about that final chapter. I was like, bro, he's wrapping the series up. There's closure. What more do y'all want? Like, were y'all expecting just straight up massacre? Like, and you still kind of got that, no spoilers, but I don't know what anybody else could have expected out of that anyway. And it was, for me, it was a satisfying ending. Like, okay, well, this is what this is what we expected. Things turned out the way that they did. And in all honesty, if we're looking at it, it's a fictional story, but if we're looking at it realistically, this is what the reaction was going to be at the end of everything. So I don't see why anybody would be upset about the way that this happened. But to each their own, man. You can't satisfy people no more. They want what they want for whatever reason, or they don't know what they want, but they just know that they don't want that, which really means that they don't know what the fuck they want. So
I got a spoiler question, and y'all can answer it, or y'all can just choose to let it lie. Does Levi kill Zeke?
I'm not gonna spoil that for you.
Oh no.
Because I'm telling you, when he had him in the back of that cart, it was just chopping him down.
I do want to say every time Zeke think he big and bad, Levi be like, "Oh, all right," and then just
Yeah,
that shit be funny as hell.
Damn, so yeah, man. I'm not gonna spoil it for you. But yeah, when you get to that point, you'll see. I'll just leave it at that.
What's up with Super?
Well, you talking about Dragon Ball Super?
Yeah.
Allegedly, there's supposed to be another movie coming out. I have not checked out the spoilers for it as far as what the movie would pertain to. I read the Super manga, and where it is now, I'm kind of it's Dragon Ball.
Oh, so they're coming out with are they continuing the chapters after
the Tournament of Power?
Uh-huh.
From what I know, there's plans for it. You know, I can't deny or confirm that, but I do know that I think I heard that they were planning on continuing from the manga, which if they do the chapters with Moro, then cool, because I actually like Moro as a villain. But this next saga that they're in right now, I'm kind of like,
I feel like Moro was like Goku. He's going to show you that he's super powerful, but he's not going to show you all of his power. And then right before he's about to get his ass kicked and die, he's just like, "Oh, yeah, I am all powerful."
He's shown that he's not an incompetent villain. I think that is what was the big thing about his particular saga, was that he is very, very competent as a villain, and he has backup plans to make sure that he continues doing what he was doing. So
contingency.
Yes. So I will give him that. It's like, as far as villains within the Dragon Ball Z and the Dragon Ball Super continuum, it's like Moro has shown himself to be a very, very intelligent villain until the end, and then of course it goes the typical Dragon Ball route.
It almost reminds me of Cell games, honestly. Like,
I think honestly that's where a lot of motivation was drawn from, because I thought, like, when it got to us, I'm like, this definitely reminds me of Cell games, when Cell realized that Gohan was overpowering him, and now this man is getting desperate.
Yeah.
Same thing with Moro. He realized that he couldn't match Goku, and that he started to get desperate.
And I also want to, like, I already know, like, Ultra Instinct isn't something that he has. Well, he masters it at the end of the tournament, but I want to see how they go about Ultra Instinct, and I want to see what the development with Vegeta and Ultra Instinct is. Even though I know Vegeta reached his own level of Ultra Instinct.
Well, I wouldn't even call it Ultra Instinct, man. You'll see, if you pay attention to the manga, you'll see that Goku has gone the way of the angels and Vegeta's gone a separate way, but I'll let you figure that out.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen everything up through the Moro chapters, but it's just like
I was going to say, Vegeta is not of angels. He's not doing Ultra Instinct. He's more of God of destruction. So but anyway, let's get some of these questions off for Panda, and for, of course, anybody who wants to answer them. So Panda, let's see here. Most underrated shonen in your mind?
Ooh, most underrated shonen. Let me think. I gotta really think about this. Hold up. I'm not drawing the blank right now. This is awful. Maybe. I don't hear a lot of people talking about it. So, and this is like a huge throwback for me. So, Rave Master. And I really want to rewatch it. I really want to read it, because it's like there's a lot of stuff that the anime didn't capture. But like the main thing that came to mind, that I can't think of anything else right now for whatever reason. I want to say Rave Master. And like Raven Master was
Shout
by
out
the
to
same,
Hiroshima.
yeah, the same author who created Fairy Tale. And I don't really know about much
Mm-hmm.
about Fairy Tale. I just heard it's garbage, and like I don't really care to watch it or read it. But
Fairy Tale. I loved. Here's my thing with Fairy Tale. I liked it until it got to a certain point. Then it was like we're
Fire
rehashing the
Friendship.
same old tropes over and over and over and over and over again. And then it got towards the end, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm done. That being said, because I like Hiro Mishima as a writer, I got hooked to Fairy Tale 100 Year Quest just because I'm a curious dude, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna see how it goes. And it's honestly the way that he's writing this one is a lot better than how he wrote Fairy Tale, but I don't have a lot of high hopes for it. So I'm just kind of like, Now, Rave Master is definitely a great series that I actually want to go and read because the anime did not do it justice. So that is something that I will say is very underrated shonen. Most overrated shonen.
Ooh, Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball fucking Z.
Oh, word?
Just for the fact that
I feel it because Naruto's gonna be my other answer, to be honest.
All right. Well, all right, I'm gonna answer the first question. Underrated, I would have to say Seven Deadly Sins. Just for the fact that I feel like they could have given just a little bit more burn on the series. Like it was just like one of those like content and I'm out.
I'm gonna say this. Seven Deadly Sins as a manga, okay, but that last season that got animated, oh my fucking god!
I think that's what really put the nail on the coffin when it came to Seven Deadly Sins. Like I didn't bother watching it because like I read up until the end of the manga and I didn't care to. But I will say the animation of that season really, really screwed with their reputation. So a lot of people wasn't fucking with it. But I just say go read it.
Yeah.
But for the overrated, I said Naruto for the fact that yes, I get it. Nine Tails evolution from child to adult. But you spin it off with Boruto. And like I just feel like by doing that, you could have completely sullied Naruto and Shippuden. Like like I'm sitting here watching Boruto trying to like what's it?
Boruto doesn't exist to me.
Her facial expressions right now. Okay.
But like, all right, so you now have created the offspring of all these ninja that we have grown to love and like it just frustrates me, honestly.
You're not wrong because I think honestly Naruto is as much as I love Naruto, it is an overrated shonen. I think a lot of people and a lot of us, especially as teens, and some who were not even teens yet, we grew up watching Naruto on Toonami and was watching Naruto back and forth, whether it was legally or illegally, and some of us were reading it, and it was a captivating story, seeing Naruto come up from this
snot-nosed brat
right
with no parents, and then like finding out his dad was the Hokage and his mom
was very powerful kunoichi. But we actually, matter of fact, we got to talk about this, Panda, because this you see her. So I have to bring this up because of the timeline shenanigans. We were literally talking about worst Hokage, and me and Panda agreed that it is Hiruzen Sarutobi. Some people might say Toby Rama, which is not a bad answer at all, but Hiruzen.
It's not a bad answer.
Yeah, but Hiruzen, pretty much the way that he led the village when Naruto was growing up. Pretty much.
About, third.
Yeah, the third Hokage.
Hey, he first and foremost, nigga. Now I'm pulling a pen. If my last dying wish is for you to watch over my demon possessed son. Why? You let this man drink spoiled milk, eat nothing but ramen. Facts. You let him get bullied, and then when Sasuke comes around, first off, you ain't shit because you let the Uchiha clan essentially shard all over Naruto. And then when Naruto actually stands up for himself, it's just, oh, well, you're going to get stronger, so just keep going. No!
Here's the thing. Here's what bothers the fuck out of me when it comes to Sarutobi. If a nigga fucking tries to kill me, that's treason. You know what we do to niggas who commit treason?
Off
we
with your
execute
head.
them. How you let a nigga that tried to kill you live not only take Shisui's fucking eye, talk Itachi into killing his goddamn family, fucking make a deal with Hanzo or some shit. Zabu did a lot of shit, okay? And I don't know how the fuck this nigga stayed alive. Somehow he was just like, I don't know. Nigga, you fucking let this nigga live. Like, get your shit together. Okay, I'm tired.
But you're supposed to be the main protector of the village. You know what I'm saying? How do I respect you as the leader of our village? And the strongest entity within the village, mind you, it took for Naruto to basically master the Nine Tails for Sasuke to even, well, it took Sasuke getting beat by Itachi.
Everybody?
Itachi beat the dog shit. I'm sorry.
Everybody beats the dog shit out of Sasuke.
Yes.
Everybody beat the dog shit out of Sasuke. And to be honest, Sasuke loves Itachi.
That just reinforces my point.
Sasuke loves Itachi, who has a Sharingan, for Orochimaru, who does not have a Sharingan, but also got his ass beat by Itachi. I'm confused on how that shit happened. Like, I want to learn from the nigga that got something like my brother, not the fake nigga that wants somebody that first. Oh my God, it's just so confusing.
So like they basically use Sasuke as a punching bag for him to unlock his mangekyo. Fuck, I can never say it.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say he unlocked his Mangekyo Sharingan.
Yeah, that part.
After Itachi died, and this nigga Toby, aka Obito, pretty much told him, quote unquote, the truth, which is like a redacted truth of really what happened, but he still told him what happened and pretty much.
But notice you said Itachi died.
Yeah.
Notice you said Itachi died. You say Sasuke killed Itachi.
Oh no!
I hope nobody's spreading this rhetoric. Itachi died from tuberculosis. Okay?
Yeah.
He died from Sasuke, bitch ass. Sasuke ain't do shit.
Nah. If that was like, if Itachi was 100% like healthy, Sasuke was getting his ass kicked again.
But that rhetoric comes from the fact that they had to fluff it a little bit in the watching versus reading. You know what I'm saying? Like they couldn't have encapsulated everything that happened within the reading in the video. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I think that with that whole situation, man, like the going back to the slander of Hiruzen Sarutobi, and this is why, and this may be an agenda of mine, but this is why with the Run My Fade going on with Worst Generation Pod, this is kind of why I did not vote for Asuma, because Asuma is a great sensei to Shikamaru and his team. But because it's in Sarutobi, and because right now in my mind, I'm just like, fuck this nigga Hiruzen. I'm like, yeah, you not getting this vote, bro. Like, I'm sorry. Look at Panda.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk about, first of all, Asuma don't even get along along with his daddy. He really don't. He said that in the series. He don't get along with his father.
Right.
So I can't even put them in the same category, even if that is his son, because Asuma was a different. He actually did shit for his students and took care of them and took care of the people he was supposed to take care of.
I pose this question. If they would have killed off third Hokage and kept Asuma, how do you think that would have went? And do you feel like it would have been a booster to the series as opposed to
Asuma died and shit?
I was gonna say, well, both of them died because remember, Third died in the regular Naruto, and then Asuma ended up dying in Shippuden. But you're asking if they kept Asuma alive.
Precise.
I don't know. I don't know how the progression of Hino Shikamaru would have Hino Shikacho, excuse me, man. How Hina Shikacho would have progressed had Asuma not passed away. I don't know if Shikamaru would have had the gall to get the vengeance that he sought when he faced Hidan during that entire battle. I don't know if he would have matured to that point, but honestly, from a feeling standpoint, I honestly wouldn't have had a problem if Asuma stayed alive, but I understood why, what his purpose was, and I understood that his passing led to the growth of Shikamaru as where he is now as the advisor to Hokage, because honestly, he took care of his students, and Shikamaru was already, genius as far as ninja anyway. So I think that was some personal growth for him because it allowed him to, become the character that he is now. But I wouldn't be upset if Asuma did not pass away.
Also, I feel like
I do want to
We'll get to that. Go ahead, Panda.
I do think they should never have killed me. I was gonna say that I just want to take this time, this is off topic, but take this time to appreciate the greatness that is Shikaku Nara, because that scene with him and Shikamaru after Asuma died will continue to give me chills and bring tears to my eyes, because you don't get that in a lot of series, and you don't get that in real life a lot either. But you don't get that in a series that's so focused on being strong as fuck, and like a lot of shonen series. So I'm really happy that Shikaku gave Shikamaru the space to cry, to fucking emote, when in the ninja world you're supposed to keep your emotions hidden, whatever the fuck. I love Shikaku Nara. Shikaku's an underrated father, and will continue to be an underrated father.
Yeah, I'm kind of upset that they killed him off too, but it is what it is. Now you were talking about Neji.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah. Now Neji was the one that hit me because Neji was one of my favorite characters in that series. That one struck me because I saw the growth of how Neji felt about his family to how he felt now and what he would do to protect his village, his cousin, and everybody in the main family. I respected Neji's growth, not only as a person, but as a ninja, and seeing him die, really, that was the one that, if nothing else other than Jiraiya's death, if that was the one that had me oh my God, they killed Neji. Oh my God, what the fuck? I was literally
just for Naruhina to be a thing, which didn't even happen until the fucking movie that was really kind of unrelated everything else. So I was just all right, okay.
Yeah, that pairing with Naruto.
I was just looking forward to one more showdown between Neji and
Naruto.
Cousin.
Oh, Neji and Hinata. Oh,
okay.
That would have been interesting. That I definitely would have liked to see that fight one more time, because he really beat the dog shit out of her in that
But I'm talking about
Hinata after she
realized she had feelings for Naruto, found out her passion in Hinata. Not
she was still gonna get her ass beat.
Saying Naruto every 5-10 seconds. Every time she popped up, Naruto!
And then fucking Naruto, dumbass, you waited until you was good and grown and lost a goddamn arm for to realize, I could bust these cheeks down. She been trying to throw the cheeks at you since the goddamn.
Oh, wow.
Second shit. And you sit here, Hinata, what's wrong? I'm in love with you, Naruto. we gotta focus on the fight. These guys are strong. Like that's the legit definition of bullheadedness. Like I'm just like, bro, you are on this power trip. Meanwhile, not saying that you have to push the romanticism of a love interest, but at some point,
bro, we can talk about this for days. We done got off topic. Oh my goodness,
but overrated Naruto.
Yeah.
Shippuden.
Can you remember what you were gonna say before Naruto was mentioned, Panda?
An anime I was gonna say that's overrated. Oh, Dragon Ball Z. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's very fair.
Okay. I'd rather watch Dragon Ball, the original Dragon Ball, than Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, well, yeah, the original Dragon Ball is gas. Like it is
hella filler, but gas.
Yeah, absolute gas. And shoot, and Dragon Ball Z, and this is exactly why I stuck with Kai as opposed to going back to watch the original series, because Kai got to the point. And a lot of people will say, oh, I'm nostalgic for the music that was in Dragon Ball Z, which of course, we can't use Bruce Faulconer music anymore because it's copyright infringement and shit like that. But it's like with Dragon Ball Z Kai, it got to the point. Like there was no filler. Everything was like cut down. Goku's not powering up for a whole episode. It's really like this. It's like, and then of course the script was so much better because now the voice actors have been in these roles for years now, and they can actually take the script and see how the characters are supposed to be portrayed. Like Goku was not Superman.
Now, was this the series with Super Saiyan 4?
No. You thinking GT? We don't talk about GT.
Yeah, no. I just had to make. I had to make sure.
Talk about GT.
Just had to make sure.
Yeah. Dragon Ball Z Kai is pretty much just a retelling of Dragon Ball Z sans filler. It cuts it down, and if you go and you can probably watch it on Funimation, I think it's still on there. But if you watch Dragon Ball Z, be sure you, of course, watch the uncut version, because there was a Nicktoons and a 4Kids TV version that really a lot of people watched, and that's what their first opinion of Kai was, not realizing, hey, guys, their Nicktoons and them were doing the same thing that Cartoon Network does. They were cutting out the blood and all the other shit that we know and love. Go watch the uncut version. You won't be disappointed. And, of course, that's what I did. I went back and watched the uncut version, and I was like, this is so much better, until they got to Boo, because I have my problems with the Boo saga, but it's like Cell would have been the perfect cutoff for Dragon Ball Z had they not continued. But that being said, Dragon Ball Z as a shonen is, as much as I love Dragon Ball Z, and I'm a big Dragon Ball Z fan, a big Dragon Ball fan, and I even like some elements of Super, but Dragon Ball can get overrated. So yeah, that's very fair. Most underrated and overrated slice of life.
Oh, hold on. Oh, I got this one. Okay. An overrated slice of life, I would have to say, is maybe... Do I have an overrated slice of life today? Hold on, I need a second to think. I could tell you some underrated ones. Like Horimiya's underrated. I don't think it gets enough praise, but I think there's some slice of life that I've watched that's really, really cute and adorable that deserves a lot more. Like Silver Spoon is pretty good. It's about this guy who ends up going to the school that's like in the like agricultural industrial thing, and like it basically works on a farm. Let me see. There was another slice of life that I really, really like. I can't remember. It's a bunch of them I've been watching. I've been watching a lot, y'all. An overrated one, I have to say. I can't really think of any.
It's this junk about the Yakuza.
I can't think of anything that's really overrated. Oh, The Way of the House Husband is underrated. I read it, and it's really, really good. I don't think it's overrated at all. I think it's really cute, and if my man does not appreciate me like Tatsu does his wife, I don't want him. Okay.
Oh, Okay.
Like it's low key funny because like he'll go from "I'll kill you," she forgot her lunch.
Wow. Okay. Let's see. We said series that's underrated as far as slice of life. Series that has the best side characters.
I know I'm gonna catch flack for this, but I'm gonna say One Piece.
Okay, so we got One Piece and we got Haikyuu. Okay, I'll have to. Haikyuu is still on my list. I know she's gonna keep pushing this agenda, but so I am going to watch One Piece. Now, I did, as I told you before, I started reading One Piece over. I'm at I'm at Drum Island now, so I'm at where they finally meet Chopper. I should be done with that probably before the end of the week, as fast as I've been reading.
I feel like the evolution of Zoro and his three sword style was great. Like hands down, like yeah, he had his bonehead moments where he got too big headed and got cut down, but for him to essentially get cut down like that and still be able, like, that was on some Goku type shit. Like you get cut down to bare minimum to near death, and then you turn around and be like, I've mastered three sword style. You know, like, I guess I can dig with it, you know? And then Chopper was tough as shit, and he was smart. Like that. Oh wait, I'm not. What,
I was gonna say because remember I started over, bro. So don't spoil it for me, man. I'm gonna read and I'll make sure I get there. But I know who the characters are as far as the Straw Hat Pirates.
Chopper is tough. Chopper definitely is tough.
Where look, her whole pod is like they will push the One Piece agenda. So
yeah,
they hear you talking praise of One Piece. She's like one of the only ones who One Piece is not her forte. So that's
I am the only one who does
so.
not read One Piece.
Such disdain in the face.
Right. It's like,
I don't. Here's the thing. Like I don't hate One Piece. They want me to read it, which I will if it get to it eventually. I'm just lazy as fuck. So I can get ready anytime soon.
You're honest. You are honest. So hey, look, that is what it is. Okay, so we got we said One Piece and we said Haikyuu as far as series as best characters. Panda, are there any new anime crushes?
Ooh. Let me see. You can give me a second.
I want to go back to this husband comment.
Look, that is my man. Sakuna is my man. As far as new crushes, I don't think I have any. Ooh, let's see. Sakaido from ID Invaded. It's psychopath ass. I love him. I love him.
Oh, yes. Okay. Unexpected answer there, but all right. Let me and anything else or is that all?
Y'all know the series Sekirei?
Joe from Escape the Infinity.
You said Joe from Escape the Infinity? Okay, well, that's a series that I'm watching next. So yeah, we'll take a look into that. What were you saying, Law?
Sekirei.
You said Sekirei?
Yeah.
Don't know if I'm familiar with that one.
So it's
basically
about, yeah. Let's see about this
how do you spell it?
Sekiirei. It's older. It came out in 2008.
Yeah, it's an older one.
Okay.
Oh damn, it's not even on Hulu anymore.
I'm gonna have to take a look at that one. Because I mean, look, you had some good suggestions there. You put me on Brave 10, which I finished today. So finally, I finally got around to it. I was like, man, let me just go ahead and finish this joint out. So yeah. Shit. What are some other?
Chivalry of a Failed Knight. That's tough.
You said Chivalry of a Failed
It's
Knight.
good. I watched that.
It's basically about
Shout out to Tail because Tail loves
the
that one.
occult club. So basically, they're high schoolers and they are in a cult, but the cult is taking place during school hours. And so like they'll go about their school day and then they'll meet after school to meet about the cult. And is the main character is basically in love with his devil or his top. It's not bad. It's pretty. It's funny for the fact that
You said Chivalry of a Failed Knight?
yeah.
That's not Chivalry of a Failed Knight, is it?
Graduating as a magical knight is not possible among blazers. He's considered the worst. Remember,
I'm trying to figure out. Are you?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got you. All right. I'm trying to think of some other. I do have a few more questions here. So I noticed that this question goes back a couple weeks where people were trying to, I guess, discuss the intellect of Lelouch and like Yagami. So I wanted to ask, would you rather have Power of Geass or would you have the Death Note?
I feel like you got drawbacks with either one. When you say Geass, do you mean Lelouch's Geass specifically? Because each Geass has a different ability.
Yeah, specifically Lelouch's Geass.
Okay, and do the rules of the Death Note, like from the newest, like that new one shot that they made from Death Note, do those rules apply?
I haven't checked out the one shot yet, so I would just say the rules of the original Death Note manga itself apply. I'm not exactly sure on the new rules. I'm just gonna be honest.
Because so Death Note does not have as many drawbacks. The main drawback with Code Geass is like if you use it so much, it's going to become uncontrollable. We saw that with Mal. We saw that with Lelouch. Would have happened with Euphemia, and I wouldn't want that to happen. So I'd probably go with the Death Note. I'd just be careful on what I write on.
Okay.
So
that's fair. Six Eyes Curse Technique or Renegon / Rene Sharingan?
Six Eyes.
She said that with ease. Such a broken technique. Oh my God.
That's my man too. What you mean?
Yeah, well, yeah. Satoru Gojo is also part of Jujutsu Kaisen. So when you watch, you'll understand why she has.
I was gonna say that first one versus the shark.
Yeah, you'll see, bro. You will see why the Six Eyes Curse technique is broken. Like it's broken. Boy, Panda's reactions on here, boy, got me weak as a bitch. Okay. This question was actually asked on Bland Made podcast about a week ago. Would you rather be a magic user or a weapons master? It's based off Castlevania.
Oh, magic user.
Okay.
Yeah, you can never take.
I'm like, if I had the skills of Trevor Belmont, then yeah, I wouldn't mind being a weapons master. But honestly, I think I'd be more along the magic as well.
But that's like Shorty off of Naruto. Like after so many like it comes so many combinations, you gonna run out of weapons.
Oh damn, you talking about Tenten?
But as opposed to your natural ability, if your magic is nature based, or you can draw it from things that aren't of nature, like electricity, that shit's forever.
Well,
it's gonna flow forever.
All right, well, comment
The
well
thing
taken.
with Weapons Master though, I also think of like Maki from Jujutsu Kaisen, and that's why it makes
Yes.
me kind of want to like be like, I want to be a Weapons Master, but Maki is a different breed of bitch, and I love her, but I gotta go with Magic.
Hey, look, and with what happened with this previous chapter, we about to see really what Maki can really do. So I mean, we about to see her like really be on her boss shit. So my final question, uh at least for for today, uh well, are you attending DreamCon this year?
Yes,
Okay. I know
I'll
that
be
I'm
there.
not because unfortunately I did not. It's not that I couldn't get the tickets in time; it's that I couldn't request the time off in time. So
Mm.
that was my thing. I'm just like, damn, I gotta fucking work. And now I'll leave that for after the pod. But yeah, what are your expectations of DreamCon this year?
I get to meet some of my podcast mates for the first time, so that's one because I've never met them
Hey,
face to face. It's crazy how that works.
word.
I get to meet some other podcasters who, of course, I've never met before, but I'm really excited about that. I get to be around my people. I get to experience my first really big con. I'm going to be cosplaying, but I'm not going to be saying I'm not what I'm going to be cosplaying as. I just, I look forward to just everything that comes with this experience. So, yeah, just I look forward to a lot.
Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. I'm gonna head out to Texas probably like the 4th of July weekend. Try to
Mm-hmm.
catch some of the podcast folk out there who actually live there. Yeah, since I could not get the DreamCon again because I couldn't put in for work in time, it's just like, yeah, well, shit happens. So, with that in mind, I think it is a good time for us to sign off. This has been a great conversation and a great episode. Before we go, of course, we got to shout out any Black businesses or Black podcasts that we want to highlight. Let me start with Panda. You got any Black businesses or any Black podcasts that you wish to shout out?
Shout out to Worst Gen Pod. I'm 1/9 of the Worst Gen Pod. Follow us on Twitter at Worst Gen Pod. That's WORSTGN Pod. No underscores, no periods, just straight like that. Shout out to them. We also have Anime Clubhouse every Wednesday at 9:30. Android and iPhone users are welcome. Join us. So we'll be having it tomorrow. So join us for the discussion. Come out, enjoy the conversation. I don't remember what the topic is for tomorrow. But I'll find it out later. Whatever. Um, uh, Follow me on Twitter at Panda underscore Dadon. That's PANDA underscore DADON. And shout out to all the other Black anime podcasts: Blanime, Mike Check, Black Anime, Spicy Lady, Inside the Mind of a Blur. Shout out to all of them. If I forgot anyone, I'm sorry, but just shout out to those people. And shout out to God Punch. Love to see Black manga be out there. It's on Webtoon, so go ahead and read. It's fire. It's heat. So.
That speaking of Inside the Mind of a Blur, I am wearing the t-shirt that I bought from them. Got to show it off a little bit. I know I was behind the mic, but I had to be sure that I had to show it off. Shout out to them. Yeah, Law, you got anybody?
Shout out Trey and Dre, the Session 75.
Okay.
We actually have to get up with them. They are actually looking forward to setting up a joint. So, shout out to them. I think that's it.
Word. Okay. So Panda definitely took the time to, of course, shout out her podcast. So I'm just gonna shout out them again. Shout out to Worst Gen Pod, to all 9 of y'all. Definitely shout out to Blanime Podcast. I always got to be sure that I shout them out because again I'm a Patreon, so I got to be sure that I put that in there. Shout out to Mike Check Waifu with Polo and Tell. Panda pretty much covered all of the other podcasts and content creators that we listen to as far as the anime and the and nerdum. So also shout out to Truth and Transparency podcast. We'll always shout them out. Relatable versus debatable with Charvon, Sappy, and Heitai. Of course, those are my dogs. That's my former roommate / line brother. And to Sappy and Charvon. Those are my sisters. You know, they know I love them very much. Keep doing their thing. And I expect great things from them since they're with their podcast as well. I'm trying to think of any other shout out to She Designs too. My homie Aaron once again has designed the business cards for us, and again we will be using her services. So please be sure that if you are looking for any graphic design material, definitely check out Aaron and her work that she has provided, and her platform that she has provided. It's called She Designs Too. You should be able to find it on Instagram, if nothing else, but you can also follow her at iCelebPretty on Instagram. With that in mind, I think that is a wrap. Once again, thank you to Panda for pulling up once again. This was a fun episode. Really enjoyed myself as always. Thankful that Law was able to tune in.
Thank you.
Yes, sir, for this particular episode. So with that, be sure that you like, share, and subscribe to the Chaotic Culture Podcast. Please be sure that you follow us on Facebook as well as like the page. Also follow us on Twitter at chaotic_culture. I don't remember there's an underscore in there. Also be sure that you follow us on Instagram at Chaotic Culture Pod. You can follow me, Ked the Pro, that's K3D the Pro, on Instagram and on Twitter. You can follow Law on Twitter at Law96_, and you can follow him on Instagram at L.JR_96. Nasa is not here with us, but she knows that we love her. Please be sure that you also follow her and check out her music on all streaming platforms. You can follow her on Instagram and Twitter at _call me Nasa, like NASA, in case y'all were wondering how to spell that.
But don't forget the A.
Yes.
Please don't forget the A.
Right. With that in mind, this has been season 2, episode 17, and next Wednesday we would have hit our 1-year anniversary. Holy shit. Wow. Doing this for a year. Damn. We got to do something special. I don't know what, but we're gonna do something.
Giveaway? Maybe
we might have to. I got something in the works.
See who really listening to us.
Right. Anyway, once again, thank you from Panda from Worst Generation Pod for joining us. Thank you all who continue to listen to us on a weekly basis. Thank you once again for tuning in to the Chaotic Culture Podcast. It's been another episode. Be blessed, be safe. God is love. Deuces.
One.
Look, it's chaos in these streets, so let's talk about it, please. Let's hold some conversation. You see where I'm coming from. Yes, it's so amazing. Go ahead, get comfortable. You can grab a seat, take a load off your feet. Yeah, welcome to the table. We don't tell no lies over here. This ain't no fable. We just live our lives over here. We ain't no angels. We just shine our light over here. We got the power. We just showing love over here. Cause everybody needs some.